Hey everybody, Flash here. Well, that's who I am today. Anyway, today was one of those days that I got up and I was like, oh, maybe I should take today off from the gym. And then I went, okay, well, I want some progress and what else am I going to do over here? That's what I'm here. So what this is about, what I want to talk about is sacrifice and success. So one of the things that I've come to realize, and everybody who's successful in anything ends up realizing, is that success requires a lot of energy, okay? Success is almost never, ever, ever just handed to somebody, right? It requires a lot of work, okay? Because you're doing something that's purely success is defined by the realization of what your will is. There's nothing else in the universe that has your will, okay? So although people can help you, it's acting out your will, carving out your path from your actions that are 100% necessary. So there's a lot of obstacles in life. There's a lot of things that get in our way because each thing in nature has its own will. So what's required? Sacrifice. That's one of the biggest things that are required on a successful path, right? And so why is that? So, I mean, the thing would be, all right, so first, if someone wants to get in shape, right? They want their body to be in shape. Well, one of the things so what's required? They have to exercise. They have to exercise the right way, okay? They have to get good sleep. They have to have, good food. So like someone who wants to eat, cake and pizza and drink beer and stuff like that, all right, well, that becomes an obstacle. That's in the way of success, right? So one has to sacrifice that. So now I'm going to tell you about my recent sacrifice. So the idea was I was in California, in LA, and there's two reasons why I left California. At least it's temporary so far, okay? Is one, the entire environment energetically was stifling and restrictive, okay? And I was just feeling it. And I'm going, this is unhealthy. All right. And my whole deal is to have a happy, healthy life. And it was definitely unhealthy feeling, the vibe there. Okay. Second is I've got to work out. Part of my nature, which I encourage each of you guys to do, is assess what is your nature and do everything possible to make sure that you're expressing that part of your nature, expressing the strongest parts of your nature. And that's what leads to happiness. So frustration and anger is when aspects of your nature are not being expressed. That's how it happens, really. That's the core of it, okay? So that's what a lot of us are really challenged by during this period where the earth, most of the earth is having some form of restriction still as of now, the end of May 2020, right? So what is restrictions? All right, well, let's break it down. The idea is these are restricting aspects of our nature, that the government is doing this. And mind you, like I consistently say, virus didn't do this. These are decisions by groups of people, political leaders. I particularly dramatically disagree with it, but understand the virus didn't do this. Virus didn't shut businesses down. Okay, the only thing the virus is doing is it's infecting some people. A great deal of people are getting through it fine, and a very small percentage of people it's affecting really malignantly. Okay, so that's the only thing the virus is doing. All right, virus is not doing anything else. Virus is not affecting the economy. The political decisions are. All right, but anyway, so let's get back to the point of what is happening with the restrictions, and is that it is affecting the ability for people to express their nature effectively and fully in a lot of cases. So take me, for example, part of my nature is I'm a really physical guy and I need to work out. Okay, otherwise I start to feel crazy, right? And I start to feel like unfulfilled. My nature would then be being blocked, okay? And that's an effective outlet for my nature. So as soon as I heard that Arizona's gyms were open, couple days later, I fucking left, right? Okay, so I've been out here for, I don't know, a couple weeks, something like that. So now that I've been here, what I can say is there's still, this place is being affected by the lockdown dramatically. Like there are restaurants open, but they're open for limited hours. There's very few people visiting the restaurants. Like most people over here are still really staying at home. Like there's such a fear-based mindset going on that even when things are open, like not that many people are out. Now, I've seen pictures obviously around the United States where like in beaches and things like that, there's a lot of people that are going out. But obviously also Arizona here is cooking like a mofo. I mean, it is, I was out yesterday, it was like 107 degrees and I mean, it felt like an oven. But so back to the whole beginning of this, which is about sacrifice, is that my body got out of shape during the lockdown. One of the things for me, when I'm not exercising, especially with weights and aerobic stuff like that, it's very hard for me to keep my focus on eating well, because it's like I need to have that in tandem with my training. Okay, and then it works really well and I can get really disciplined. So, I said, I got to get myself back in shape. I got to totally get myself back in shape. The only way I'm going to do that is if I have a gym. So I came out here and now I'm working out like, I guess 5 days a week or something like that. I can go to a gym. There are good gyms out here in Arizona without having to wear a mask. So it's free, natural, because it's unhealthy to work out and wear a mask like that for an extended period. It just is. And it's like ridiculous. So, and I'm all about health. Anyway, so, but the social situation here is very, very difficult. All right. So what is it that's happening is I realize, say, for the time being, I'm sacrificing a level of connecting with people in order to have success in getting my body in the shape that I want, in feeling the condition and looking in the condition that I want. And, when I was before this lockdown, obviously those things weren't mutually exclusive. I could socialize and still do that. But even then, when I was, if you look at my IG and see when I was in my top shape, right, my main socializing was in the gym. I wasn't doing too much outside of that because I was leading a very strict lifestyle to get to that top level of shape. And that sort of sacrifice is necessary to do that. But now what's happening is, I'm not even having even a tenth of the socializing that I had when I was doing that in California. But for the time being, that's the sacrifice necessary in order for me to have the success in getting my body in shape again. Okay, so this is something to think about, is there is a direct correlation with success to the amount that's being sacrificed. Okay, and one of the things, though, in terms of success that's so important is that you're really only going to be successful, because success requires so much energy. So you're only going to really be successful in the areas that are in sync with your nature, or that your nature has the power to express itself. So that's why one of the things, like in terms of the restrictions going on, how they can restrict the expression of our nature, that works so much against success in so many areas. And yes, there are ways to creatively, come up with successful diversions to the regular path that we were all on. And, success can still be found during this lockdown period. But I'm giving an example of the problems with restrictions like this. Yes, get creative. Like, look, I got out, I said, where can I go? There was more sacrifice. Okay, I had to say, okay, what am I sacrificing? Well, I found out when I got here, I actually thought I would be socializing quite a bit more, but it's actually dramatically less. Like, people over here are more indoors. So anyway, that's the message and the thought for today, the connection between sacrifice and success. And also, I encourage you all, give 100% love to your nature. Whatever you need to do to express your nature as cleanly, as powerfully as possible, that's where happiness and success is going to come from. That's where happiness and success is fueled from. It's fueled from expressing your nature. So that's it, guys.